Hi everyone, Willie the Kid here, and before we get too far into the video, I want to start out with a hypothetical. Now, let's pretend we're all basketball players in the NBA, and to bring in a bit of a celebration for spring, the NBA decides it wants to spice things up. Now, they don't tell you what they're going to do exactly, but they are just going to spice things up. So it's game day, you're ready to play, but you're also excited to see what the NBA has in store for this spring event, let's call it that. The NBA then announces that because the bunny is the symbol of Easter, they've made it so tiny springs can be added on the bottom of basketball players' shoes. But it's completely optional. If you don't want to add the springs, that's your choice. Now I know what you're thinking. Well, that's just horrible. Why would they do that? That's going to throw players off their game and completely change the way the game is played. And to that, I say you're absolutely correct. Essentially, this is what Bungie did to competitive Crucible for the duration of the Revelry event. During the event, you get a container called Reveler's Tonic, and when tribute is paid via Reveler's Essence, Guardians can supercharge the regeneration rate for their grenade, melee, or class ability. And it seems that since this event started, most Guardians that participate in PvP have chosen to supercharge the grenade. Now, I know Bungie had good intentions with the mechanics of the Revelry and thought this would spice up every playlist for every type of Guardian, but this one boost fits all is definitely not the way. Now, don't get me wrong, if you're able to master these changes and make a certain loadout that favors this gameplay, I say hey, live your truth. My current glory ranking this season is my highest to date, with a lot of points being obtained because of this event. But what bothers me though is that because of this event, what Bungie has done is just bring the Mayhem Crucible mode to competitive. And I hate Mayhem. They've reduced the skill element necessary for competitive PvP and made more room for luck and chance to come into play in order to win matches. Which, I believe this is fine for quick play, but it's not okay for competitive. I'd even go as far as to say seasonal events that affect gameplay have no room in competitive Crucible. Like the NBA hypothetical example, it would be completely outrageous for them to make extensive gameplay-altering decisions in the middle of a regular season. And in this case, the same would go for Bungie. For those that may be pursuing the Unbroken title, the Luna Not Forgotten grind, or any other Pinnacle Weapon grind, they now have to spend the next 2 weeks playing in a broken sandbox, only to then have to reacclimate themselves once the event is over. That is, of course, if they choose to participate. Overall, the Revelry is a good event for anything that is not competitive Crucible. I think this was a well-intentioned mistake, and hopefully Bungie understands how competitive Crucible fits into the Destiny ecosystem, and will keep this in mind as they design other seasonal events. Otherwise, thank you all so much for tuning in, and I will see you in the next one.